Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, just a quick one. I think we haven't really moved much since the last update. There was a bit of a dip. I already addressed that in our live stream today that I made. But yeah, I mean, we are dealing still with the white count primarily. It's not invalidated. Okay, so in the white scenario, this is the daily chart. We should get to 125 roughly, 125K, maybe even a little higher. More directly with only shallow pullbacks. That's been my communication basically, well, for a while now. And so far this has been followed. So yeah, this is now the white count, not invalidated, absolutely not. It's rather confirmed with that push higher today. Also here, obviously, I mean, that it goes so fast to basically nearly all-time high, nearly all-time highs. I mean, also I didn't expect, but then again, it's not much of a surprise because we are dealing with a third wave in a larger third wave. And this is just a very, very bullish structure. So in a third wave of a third wave, we typically expect strong movements. So looking also at the RSI, there isn't even a clear bearish divergence anywhere. So yes, it's overbought, but that is pretty much useless in crypto. Overbought doesn't really matter so much. Oversold is important as a buy signal, but overbought is useless, okay, because it makes you sell too early if you use it as a, let's say, contrarian indicator or something. But in this move up here, which is basically a fifth wave of a third wave, we have 5 waves complete, and the fifth wave of that bit is also extended. So that is sort of not unusual, but it means that we could be topping soon locally. You already see on the chart that I have added a support area for this wave 4 in white. That means if there is a top, and it would be an ideal area to form a top here in this region just below all-time high territory, then a pullback should reach the area ideally around the 38.2 retracement at 44.6K. So however, we haven't really seen enough price action to confirm a top. So the white count is bullish, and I need to see a little bit more, let's say, downside price action to confirm that a top is in place. We're going to take a look at that on the 1 hour chart. And until that level breaks, we can still extend higher. And if we continue to grind higher, I'm looking at the green count. I am exploring alternative perspectives, you know, because not that the white count is invalidated, but if there is an extension like that, it just makes sense to check also other counts in case it just keeps going. And I want to be prepared. I mean, the green count suggests basically a pretty direct move to around about 100K. I don't get all excited about it. I doubt that this is the count that's playing out. It is, for me, the next most likely count, but still white is more probable, or even yellow. Yeah, so what's the yellow count? In the yellow count, they're all bullish, okay? That's good. That also gives a lot of confidence in the trend. But in the yellow count, we're dealing with a larger ABC structure. Larger ABC structure, just a different context on this chart. And this A wave will get less likely above 65K. We should still get a B wave and a C wave. So it would just allow for a deeper pullback along the way. And it makes sense also from here because the market is very much overheated. However, don't underestimate the masses of FOMO traders coming into the market and pushing the price higher. It's just that FOMO like that, because third waves are FOMO waves. FOMO like that is typically great for whales and institutions to get rid of some positions. Yeah, making basically use of that liquidity that's in the market. So bottom line is bullish market, pullback. It could happen from here. If it happens, ideally sort of targeting round about 44,650, but it's the entire yellow area that is relevant. Only below 39.9K, I can confirm that something more bearish is playing out. And the yellow zone could be a jump off point for higher prices. So looking at the shorter time frame, we're dealing here with a situation in which from the 23rd of January low, yeah, this sort of fifth wave unfolded to complete the larger third wave, as I just showed you on the daily time frame. Here it seems like we could get one more high. We might not get that one more high, not when we have a lot of euphoria. Sometimes we don't get this sort of last high. And I just mentioned that, yeah, we could be close to a top. I would prefer one. However, we need to see more price action to confirm it. So I need to see a break below 57.1K, which is micro support on the chart there, the 50% retracement level, the lower boundary line of the orange support zone there. I need to see a break below that to get a first idea that a top is in place. That would not be confirmation, it's only an indication. It takes a break below this series of swing lows here of around 50,000. Where are we? 50,500 roughly. So it's this sort of area of swing lows. We need to get a break below that range there. And then we have confirmation that would firmly establish that a top is in place. Then the fourth wave pullback can unfold to the target area I mentioned. I'll take this one off now, this yellow box. This is from the previous fourth wave here where we had a really good, well, possible entry point, right, for anybody who wanted to use it. So that's sort of how the analysis works. I mean, it establishes these trend reversal areas in which you can look for entries. And anybody who entered in the yellow box, fantastic. Great profits within a very short period. Stay patient. You know, I know a lot of people try to trade every single wave. I mean, really, just use the boxes. And it's up to you, of course. But this one would have been really great, okay? And often the market chooses to move into these zones. The orange one here, to be fair, wasn't reached, but first of all, it's a very small time frame, and then they are support levels. They are often reached, not always. They are not targets necessarily. But the next one will, and then the next one is already on the chart here for the larger pullback in this larger wave 4. But if we just keep going, then it might be the green count. But overall, they are all bullish, these scenarios, yeah. And as I said before, most Elliott Wave analysts that I also, you know, check in sometime and see, just to see what they are doing, what their perspectives are. I mean, most of these have, or pretty much all of them. I don't know any Elliott Wave analyst who's been really, okay, Robert Prechter. But most Elliott Wave analysts have been bullish, okay, and this method is just great because it forces you to go with the trend. Okay, so no bias, you know, all these, oh, we're going to go to 12K and stuff like that. As I've been saying that for more than a year. Yeah, they are possibilities. Guys, just stop trying to predict the market. Just focus on the present, see what the market is doing. Are we holding above support? Do we have a bullish structure? Yes. Let's assume the market is bullish until the market tells us something different. There's no point in trying to speculate what might be in 2 months. You know, putting all sorts of mathematics or weird assumptions out and you know, to get people just believe this could play out like that and based on fractals, or they are all subjective. Fractals are subjective. What's not subjective is the rules of Elliott Wave, okay? Because here you have very clear rules, invalidation points, the Fibonacci levels. Yeah, the wave counting itself is to a degree subjective. There are many gray areas, but it's the invalidation points, the Fib levels. They don't lie. They are mathematics. They show us the market sentiment. And they are objective. We know when certain levels are crossed, we have to change our opinion. That's much better and more objective than trying to make assumptions based on fundamentals or some questionable stuff. So just go with the trend. And yeah, I think, honestly, Elliott Wave works really well in crypto. And I think over the last couple of years, it's proven that Elliott Wave is the way to go, right? Maybe even for the last 3 years. So, yeah, and I'm not just talking about my analysis. It's just Elliott Wave in general. It's done really well over the last 1 or 2 years here. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.